Hello everybody and welcome back to Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales. I'm going to pick up where we left off. I'm pretty deep in the game. In fact, I think Rivia might be the last level. So this could be the finale of our playthrough here. Let's dive right in. I was looking at the options. Turns out there is an option to have dialogue autoplay, which, boy, that would have been quite helpful. But it's a little late now, so I'll just leave it as is. Oh, I'm not pressing M. That would do it. Scouts. That's it, huh? This could be like a really short stream. Hey, I missed some loot back here. Let's go get that. Oh wait, I can do the fast travel. Oh. To all elder races. Know that it is the Blackclads, the false allies and would-be saviors of non-humans, who have deviously turned you against your Nordly neighbors. When Rossberg fell at the hands of an Imperial spy, Nilfgaard spread word that the treacherous blow was dealt by the city's dwarves and elves in hopes that the rumor would spark an outbreak of bloody pogroms. Clearly the Nilfgaardians do not view you as friends or equals, but merely as instruments. They do not have your best interests in mind. Cease your support of the foreign emperor immediately. Lend aid to your queen. Cool. And obviously we're gonna go check that. I'll get that loot so I don't forget. Ah, that always happens whenever I fast travel. If I had just gone like 10 feet, I would have got another fast travel. You are entering the estate of Palatine Caldwell. Long live the Emperor. Yeah, but not long live Caldwell, you know what I mean? He did. Let's get that morale. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have gotten this loot later. That's okay. Well, since we're here. Wake-up call. Crouching in the dark, the Lyrians observed the Nilfgaardian garrison in silence. They watched as fires were extinguished, as echoes grew quiet. Finally, once the barracks were quiet with sleep, only lone sentries remained atop the walls. Then the queen gave the order to strike. It was time to give the rouse the invaders from their peaceful slumber. I don't think that sentence is correct. Cool. Alright. You're good. You're good.
Life is mine now. Catch! Wise choice.
What's the target? What you look
Shit.
thing about slings, they
Hide well. Should have played him. Damage all enemies by 1. That's rough.
Wanna know why I'm got a scar?
This guy sucks.
One look.
It was dumb. Hey, rude. Alright, here we go. First things first. Give him a little up tap. My bomber. Right, the other bomber's in the graveyard.
I smell a leak. Hey?
A highly curious case.
Oh my god. That's... Alright, well, nah. We ain't playing that game. I always fucking... I'm hopeless.
Scheiß in Trey! Ever have a storm knock out one of your team? Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
I think I'm winning. But honestly, was there ever any doubt? Oh, you gave him immune. Okay. Tricky bitch.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
Hey. put my phone on silent. Only one way to skin a cat. Doggo, you ate my card.
Off to the front yet again.
Hey, Simon.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull. You mad? Don't shake that!
Abalista, your command.
Eyes are here.
Hey, Simon, thanks for the subscription. You should check out my subscriber emote. Be more relevant tomorrow, but, you know. Yeah!
The traitorous Caldwell family's residence loomed into view. Against the horizon, it looked suitably sinister. Yet the manor had changed since Meve last saw it. 2 new wings, ornate towers, a grand colonnade. And the windows now glistened with stained glass, the gilded hue of imperial suns.
We must pay them a visit.
Seethed the queen. The great double doors opened with an echoing thud. Just inside them stood the heir to the estate, Dragomir, his wife and 3 children by his side, and Helena, the treacherous count's widow. Sliding the cap from his head, thus giving proof of the family's hereditary baldness, Dragomir knelt down upon one knee.
Your Grace, my father's betrayal stands beyond doubt and exoneration.
The young Caldwell said flawlessly, and in a single breath, as if he'd practiced a dozen times.
And his death at your hands was most well deserved. I ask that you not punish sons for the sins of their fathers. I ask humbly, with bowed head, allow me to stay on my ancestral lands, to serve faithfully as your loyal subject.
I believe not a word slithering out of his mouth,
Whispered Reynard.
The first chance he gets to stab you in the back, he will take.
I'm gonna trust my boy Reynard.
Convenient to make this request now, don't you think? Why not earlier?
Meve asked, crossing her arms and raising her chin.
It would have behooved you to send a messenger, once I'd crossed into Rivia.
Preferred to speak to you directly, Your Grace, for
you held out hope. Hope that the Blackclads would yet defeat me. You stood on their side till the last. No. The Caldwells I trusted once, but I shan't make that error again. You've one day to pack your chattels and go. Leave my country.
Dragomir rose from his knee and shook out the cap he'd crushed in supplication.
only ever as a corpse, Your Majesty.
He hissed, his vulnerable demeanor gone in a flash.
If you'll not take me for your vassal, you must take me as your foe. Men, to arms!
At this sign, armed men
glad I
rushed
trusted
from the
Reynard.
house while archers appeared atop the roof. Clearly, Dragomir had expected to be refused.
Alright, my wife just brought me dinner. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit. And then I'm gonna turn off the camera and mic and eat. I'll keep playing. The old adage, the apple does not fall far from the tree, proved true once again. Dragomir was as loyal as his father. He did, however, differ in one respect. He demonstrated competence in combat, presenting greater resistance than Meve had anticipated. Shortened battle, special rules. Okay. Oh, overpower your opponent within 5 turns. That must be the special rules. He also starts with a bunch of cards. Okay. Trigger all allies' loyal abilities twice. Okay. Loyal, loyal. Every turn on turn start, reduce this card's timer by 1 if Meave is winning. When the timer reaches 0, Meave wins the battle. Okay. I want my killers. Yes. No. You're too slow. Definitely. 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 Okay. Nope. No, not the dog!
I won't allow it!
Alright.
Aye.
Oh, he did that straight away, huh? That's neat. That's real neat. Four turns on that bitch, huh?
Bigger they are, easier they are to target. Thing about slings, they hide well. One bullet's all I need.
Should've listened to the old lady. This harvest, reaping black-clad heads.
Tell me you jest.
My spirit's willing and all, but
Wait.
killing me.
Oh. When he did that, I thought he triggered his thing. I'm like, he's still got a turn on that. Alright, we need to kill 3 of these dudes. Oh, that was my card, right.
Father was right about you.
I guess I didn't have to worry about it. I forgot. 5 rounds. Alright, before I hit claim, I'm going to go ahead and mute and cover up the camera.
Dragomir lay in the courtyard of his extravagant manor. With the last of his strength, he clawed at the colored gravel. He resembled an insect that was hurt, damaged, yet pulled itself along as if it could somehow escape death. The Queen knelt beside him and gazed into his clouded eyes.
I want you to know your family will be looked after. You've relatives in Kedwen. They'll be sent there, properly escorted, with the proper stipend.
Dragomir wished to say something, but choked on his own blood. He was dead a moment later. The Queen slowly stood and gave the order to march. She rode at the front of the column, deep in thought.
Begomir, my health is well, thank you for asking. I have other troubles, though. I have it on a good source. Meve has left Mahakam with dwarven recruits supplementing her ranks. I suspect she might pay me a visit. As absurd as it sounds, in light of recent events, I have begun to entertain the possibility that vile wench might actually succeed in liberating Lyria and Rivia. As they say, fools have all the luck. In that case, do not count on mercy. I know her well and trust me. Never has a more vengeful, malicious woman walked this world. As soon as you hear she's crossed the border, put your men on high alert. Kiss your wife and children. I hope we shall see each other soon. Caldwell. Alright, let's see the Shrike. Damage unit by 10. If it survived, boost it by 25. Yeah. I mean, I get it. You can either use it to kill, or you can use it on a guy who's like one of these two to give him an extra 25, well, an extra 15. Yeah. A mass grave. The Lyrian army approached Lidenham. The village sergeant Naldemir called home. He was eager to hold his family in loving embrace, recount his adventures, introduce his wife to the queen, yet the chimneys spewed no smoke, no light flickered from those closed shutters. And a bit further beyond the village, a deep, dark pit. What did it hold, you ask? Ha! You clearly aren't familiar with war.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Holy shit. Holy shit, I have to win 2 rounds? Fuck.
I smell a leak.
Looking to dance, mate?
This is rough. Resilience. Fuck.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Resilience that, bitch. He's gonna pass. Calling it. Oh, he took my fire! Motherfucker! Alright, well. He's probably still gonna pass, but... Okay, I want to keep that in my deck.
Hey?
Yeah. He's got a 1-card advantage. I don't have my fire guy on the board. And I didn't draw him. I get another redraw? Shit, dude. I don't know, this is a pretty good hand. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth? Dive it the white of an eye from half a league away.
What you looking at? Watch your heads!
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Quick and painful this'll be.
When will you ever learn?
say that went pretty well. Your Majesty, I advise you to come no closer. This trench, it seems Nilfgaardian soldiers have repurposed it as a mass grave. I count nearly 24 bodies. Obviously, we shall prepare a proper burial. Alright. God, I'm gonna be done pretty quick. Maybe there is another zone after this. Otherwise, this is going to be a short stream. Oh, all these are for the same thing. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I just need to take out 3 spots. Okay, cool.
Meve now reached Willowhain, a settlement she knew well, for it lay near Waldenrad, where in peacetime she would go to escape her queenly duties and enjoy the thrill of a hunt.
Pheasant, grouse, and partridge in abundance. You will see,
Said Meve in muted excitement, pivoting in her saddle to face Gascon. Alas, it appeared the war had ravaged even these woods. Where life had stirred and grown tall before, only resinous trunks remained. And the village itself had lost its quaint allure, surrounded now by a double stockade, a golden sun fluttering above it.
Bastards couldn't even let the damn trees be.
Gascon seethed. A dismal scene. Her once cherished wood, and it weighed heavily on the Queen's spirits. Waldenrad had been a place removed, where she could rest and forget the weight of her crown. Reynard's voice roused Meve from her sad reverie.
A Nilfgaardian garrison holds the village,
He said.
We ought to drive them out. Avoid any surprise later from the rear.
give the order to attack, but none is to play the hero. We shall breach or topple the stockade together. Senseless to perish so close to home.
Reynard nodded. Moments later, the Lyrians rushed forth and attacked.
The battle at Whittlehane. Meve recalled her first hunt in Waldenrad nearly 20 years ago. She was young, naive, and newly married to Reginald. Now the forest had been razed, Reginald was dead, and Meve shared little in common with her star-yard girl who first arrived at Lyrian court. 1 round. That's annoying. It's really annoying. Wow. Wow. What's the cooldown on that? Just do it once? 10 armor. Fuck. For every 2 units destroyed, boost self by 6 and damage all enemy units by 2. Not a boss, huh? Alright, I think I'll just artifact compression that. Get out of my hand. That's pretty good.
The time has come to purge these devils from our homes! Follow me!
First, I'll play him. Then I'll do artifact compression. Compression. That doesn't seem to have a cooldown. That's cool. Down. Fucking funny.
Watch your heads! Catch! I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Dope. I forgot about him last turn. What does he do? Oh yeah, he gets quite swole. I tried an artifact compression him, so I shouldn't even worry about him. Okay, I should artifact compression him now. He's getting annoying. Oh wait, this guy would have gotten buffed, right? Rude. Another one. God, it killed my guy. I've got a plan.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
If the fire had hit him, that would have been really nice.
Wise choice.
Rude. It hit him. Dope. Let's burn everybody. You, and you.
Baru?
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Oops.
Able to pass.
Cool.
Wait, you're serious?
A highly curious case.
Oh, that would do it. And let's just kill him. No sense beating around the bush.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Alright, what do you got? Oh, that'll work. And if it doesn't, that'll work. Oh, it would work, okay.
Our ballista, your command.
I have to shoot at my own guys? Alright, well. Wah.
Segreto dum anime est, spes est.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I've heard that about slings.
When the battle dust had settled, Neve instructed her soldiers to gather Willowhane's inhabitants. Upon spotting their armed liberators, the common folk cowered in terror.
No longer need you fear.
The Queen shouted.
No longer must you worry about homes and loved ones. The war's nearly done.
Of a sudden, a villager dropped to his knees and raised his hands to the heavens in supplication.
Trucker! Guide back then!
Neve broke off oddly. baffled by the man's outburst. And then it dawned on her. The Rivians of Willowhain had been driven away. Taking their place, Nilfgaardian settlers brought in to transform the near-subsistence plots of local peasants into great estates producing for the Empire.
Lurk away, Simon. Lurk away.
Reynard managed to grasp the essence of the Nilfgaardian peasants' frantic pleas.
They wish to stay. They've come to love the land. They pledged to renounce their emperor, swear allegiance to you as their rightful ruler.
Meve had stopped listening. She turned to survey the hamlet. The walls of the huts freshly whitewashed, tools neatly arranged, flower beds well tended. A young girl of 6 or 7 summers peered out from her hiding place in a sunflower patch.
Your Majesty?
Asked Reynard, having noted that Meve's mind had wandered.
What are your orders? What shall we do?
They can stay on 2 conditions. Tell them. For 15 years, they'll pay double the tax. And if any of the previous inhabitants return, they're to be given their huts, lands, and any crops produced in their absence without delay.
The Nilfgaardian settlers accepted the terms with relief. Meve's soldiers with markedly less enthusiasm. As the force left Willowhain, the troops made a show of knocking aside any food or drink the peasants offered.
Rivians, I know many of you are hesitant to take up arms for fear that Nilfgaard cannot be defeated. I, Queen Meve, have already many times proven this fallacy. I have soundly defeated Blackhat forces amidst the flames in Edirn, the snows of Mahakam, the marshes of Angren. Until this moment, these victories were unknown to you, but the truth can no longer remain silent. The Nilfgaardian Empire is a colossus that stands on the feet of clay. Together, we will bring it to its knees. Man, I got some dope propaganda. Scouts?
Let me tell you of Ravencloft, a quarry Meve passed by. A quarry with a dark history. For years earlier, its wall had collapsed, burying dozens alive. Scholars summoned from Oxenfurt were unanimous in their findings. The rock was fragile, further digging would likely cause slides. Meve had heeded the scholars' advice and closed the quarry by royal decree. Yet now, as she neared it, Meve could hear the even tap of pickaxes. She dispatched scouts to investigate. They returned promptly, their faces sullen, their cloaks blanched with a fine limestone dust.
Quarry's open anew, Your Grace. Nilfgaardians. They've got folk in the pit working it. Appear to be from the surrounding villages.
Interesting. Their engineers have found a way to render it safe. Secure the walls.
I'd say that's right unlikely, Majesty. Judging by the fresh graves we saw.
The Queen then turned to Reynard, as ever at her side.
Reynard, what do you advise?
As a soldier, my Queen, I'd advise against any kind of assault. The terrain's hard, unsuitable for a fight, and we've little to gain from a victory. As a man, however...
Yes?
To leave our folk in chains, in that death trap. It wouldn't be right.
If I were to calculate in heart and mind, keep note of gains and losses...
began Meve.
I'd bend the knee to the Imperials, just as Willem did. But bloody arithmetic won't dictate my course. For I do what's just. I do what's right. Follow me!
Her troops followed without hesitation, swords in hand, their hearts afire.
But also at low morale. because I spared some Nilfgaardians. The battle at Ravencleft. Maeve had expected easy victory. For her scouts' reports, she learned the Lyrians held a considerable numerical advantage over the invading forces, yet the Queen had not foreseen one critical Nilfgaardian strategy: the use of chained captives to fight opposite their own countrymen. Optional, eliminate all slave drivers. I guess I'm going to eliminate all slave drivers. I think I'm going to rely on my arbalists instead of my movers. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a lot of slave drivers.
Those Whoresons, forcing my own subjects to fight us.
You mad? Don't say that!
Wise choice.
Yeah! This could hurt. What you looking at? Death is only the beginning! Order!
Your Grace, if we begin killing the overseers, the laborers will turn against them.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
The overseers are dead, Your Grace.
That was pretty easy.
The Lyrians handily dispatched the Nilfgaardian overseers, more trained in the ways of the whip than the sword. Those who survived now found themselves shackled in the very chains they'd forced the peasants to wear. Peasants. Oh, unfortunate souls. The cruel labor in the quarry had taken its toll. They stood before the Queen, shrunken to skin and bone, clothed in tattered rags, their eyes reddened by dust. But in those eyes burned a brilliant fire.
Puzzle. Ding.
Your Grace, them black-clads treated us like dogs, stripped us of dignity. So we beg you, give us arms, let us march neath your banner. 'Tis a chance at revenge we seek, we want.
Reynard leaned towards Maeve and spoke in a scarcely audible whisper.
Majesty, they've knout. Not boots, not even foot wraps. To equip the lot, train them, would cost a small fortune.
Only 1,600? I'll still have 40,000. Conscript the peasants.
'Tis true, they've nought to their names.
Said the Queen.
Have few skills to offer and little strength. But to look in their eyes is to know they'll never flee, never throw down their arms. Such recruits are worth coin in any amount.
Emaciated, downtrodden, the peasants met the Queen's offer with gratitude. They relished the thought of facing their tormentors in a fight.
Got rid of my low morale, that's good. Ori Foreman's notes, translated from Nilfgaardian. Day 1, resumed operations. Day 12, northern wall collapsed, 12 dead, 6 injuries. Day 20, sent for more slaves. Day 26, received slave transport. Many decrepit and unfit labor. Assigned them 1/3 rations. Day 30, Eastern Wall collapsed. 7 deaths. 5 injuries. Day 32, sent for more slaves. Wow. Alright, muzzle. I doubt I'll use it. The hell? There it is. Restraint. Seize a bronze enemy unit. Okay.
Neve spied the outline of Malabon Castle on the horizon and turned dour. True, no golden suns waved atop its towers, yet that did not mean those within supported her. Malabon belonged to House Obert, long in conflict with Meve's own, and with Meve herself.
Behind their ramparts. Do you see them, Reynard?
Asked Meve, shaking her head.
Countless ballistae, collecting dust, while war rages all around.
Perhaps the Oberts will lend us aid,
Reynard replied.
True, you've been at odds with them in the past, but perhaps now, faced with a common foe.
A common foe?
Snorted the Queen.
You mean Nilfgaard, to whom they opened their gates? Caldwell, whom they supported?
For they were convinced the Empire would win this war, and resistance pointless. Yet you have shown all the North the Blackclads can be defeated. So perhaps they shall forget old wrongs.
The things I do for the good of my realm.
Meve sighed.
So be it. Reynard, send a runner to the castle. Tell the Oberts their queen seeks a word.
Moments later, the castle's heavy iron gate creaked open. Meve rode into the cobblestone courtyard, where Margravine Greta, head of the house,
What a name.
greeted her. Although greeted is perhaps not the right word, for Lady Greta granted her only a barely perceptible nod.
What can I help you with, Meve?
The war, my dear. The one being fought outside the walls of your castle.
Greta smiled to herself, then intertwined her brittle, ring-covered fingers.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
It is a vassal's sacred duty to serve her liege, and
my liege is King Willem.
Greta calmly retorted.
Belgian guy, both. The narrator's kind of, he always reads the non-dialogue, but there are cutscenes between each act.
Against whom you have raised arms.
Willem is a usurper. He unlawfully stripped me of my crown.
The Council of Peers deprived you of your crown.
Greta said, pursing her eyes into thin slits.
Fearing you would drag this realm into a senseless war. A fear which, it is now abundantly clear, was well-founded.
I have returned home a victor. I defeated the Nilfgaardians in Angren.
Due to a stroke of good luck. You think defeating Caldwell means you can defeat the Emperor as well? Madness, my dear Meve. And my men will not die for madness. Leave my home! Begone from my lands!
Attack the Oberts? Yeah, fuck him.
I shall go,
The Queen said.
and I shall take your war machines with me.
Did I not express myself clearly? I have refused you any aid.
And I have stopped asking.
Meve said, drawing her weapon.
Soldiers, attack!
Seeing that a battle was imminent, Greta Obert took refuge in the keep. The Margravine soldiers stood ready to defend her life to the very end.
Castle Obert. Margrave Greta Obert's hands were twisted with arthritis, her eyes cloudy, but her mind remained sharp. She knew when and how to deploy troops to repel an attack, where to strike to hold back Meve's men. In other words, despite her advanced age, she proved a dangerous opponent. To prevent the dilapidated ballista from being destroyed, there goes my normal strategy, eliminate all Obert family guards. Alright, so no fire. Do you play with Geralt? He showed up for one battle, and that was it. I don't think he's coming back. It was cool to see him, though. No, 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 that's the wrong button. I wanted to hide cards. Okay, they only have 6 hit points. And these guys have 12. Okay, okay. Okay, don't... Hang on, are they bosses? Nope, okay. Nope. 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 Nope.
You and Epdahi, you are no different.
Wow, rude. Oh, you go first.
Time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Wow, rude. How many orders do they have? Oh, they hit. You can hit the same unit? That's cheeky. Alright.
Hey, ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Congratulations. You've defeated an old woman.
Different factions, like,
Shocked by this
narratively?
sudden attack, the Oberts never stood a chance of resisting Meve. Realizing their inevitable defeat, Margravine Greta tried to escape, but her horse, frightened by the tumult of battle, tossed her from the saddle and bolted. Meve left Malabon Castle strengthened by the Obert's war machines, but in dour spirits. She understood that even if she won the war and chased the Nilfgaardians behind the Yaruga, she would still have enemies left on her land.
Oh, in Gwent? Yeah, you pretty much just play, I suppose, the Northern Realms. I don't know how much it translates to the I only played the online game in the alpha, and there's a lot of differences so far, so I don't know how accurate that is. Yeah, you really just play one faction. So, I mean, I do get some dwarfs, and yeah, but I think it's mostly just Northern Realms. Hey. No loot? However, will I fund my army? Oh, wait. Reinforced ballista. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Meve's force reached Cavaldon, a small, run-down town.
The Blackclads, they've a strong garrison in place,
Proclaimed her scouts upon returning from a foray.
and they stand prepared for a siege. Their stores overflow, and we've seen ballistas, scorpions.
Cavaldon can be taken,
Began Reynard hesitantly.
but not without losses. Considerable losses.
A retreat. Is that what you advise?
I fear the soldiers wouldn't take to such a course. They're eager, Your Grace. They've a fire in them. Order a retreat and you could devastate morale.
Our losses may be heavy,
said me, drawing her sword.
but I'll make certain the vile invader suffers even more. Order the troops to prepare. We will attack.
Soon after, the Lyrians moved on Cavaldon, war drums rumbling in step to their march. Upon the walls, the Nilfgaardians stood poised to defend.
The Siege of Cavaldon. When the Lyrians approached the walls of Cavaldon, they were greeted by a hail of bolts and arrows. The Nilfgaardians had made clear they had no intention of surrendering the city without a fight. Yet, if they believed such a tactic sufficient to discourage Meave's siege, a harsh truth awaited them. Story battle, shortened 1 round. I reckon like all siege battles, they're gonna have a wall. Yep. Your classic castle gate. Okay. And it's a boss, so I can't just zip zabby zoobity. I want killers. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That looks good.
I won't leave a single city to these invader scum. For Lyria! For Rivia!
Catch!
One bolt.
Ha!
I smell a leak.
Give me it. My, now that is some fancy weaponry. Bet it's still got that new war machine smell.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Crush them!
Okay.
Arbalest at your command.
Life is mine now.
Armor won't save.
A highly curious case.
Oh my god! Gotta be shitting me.
Death is only the beginning!
I don't mind if you kill him, actually. That'll leave another space for my next Arbalest. Alright. Actually, hang on. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. That'll do. Is this a boss? Oh, I got rid of it. Shit. Ah. Ah. Alright, well, let's do some shuffle up.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Wise choice.
Oh no. What do these guys do? Right, right. Beautiful.
Got a death wish? My favorite cut of lamb?
shank. Order!
You're not very good at it.
Make love, not war.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Oh, I don't want to waste it now, but she's getting hurt. Have you played the Gwent game too? I played in alpha. I don't know how much it's changed since then. Alright, bye everybody. Cool.
Bigger they are, easier they are to
Oh,
target.
that might be a wasted card.
Yes.
In the alpha, everybody was playing monsters. I don't know if that's still relevant. Oh, I have to damage my own units. How stupid of me. Well, that's annoying.
Yes.
Egreto dum anime est. Des est.
Am I gonna freaking lose? That fire is doing the Lord's work. Are you kidding me?
Discipline. That is what you folk lack.
Last card, dude. What do you got? Okay.
Did it, Your Grace.
Should have done that
16
ages ago.
hours.
I've never seen that card before.
The Nilfgaardians had indeed prepared well, with grapples to repel hook ladders from the walls and long spears to rain down upon attackers far below. Meve managed on the fourth attempt to
Thank you.
breach the defenses, but did so scrambling over the corpses of her own men. The Queen was in the field tent when Reynard arrived with surprising news. To be heard over the groans of the wounded, he had to raise his voice.
Your Grace, a delegation of townsfolk. They seek an audience urgently.
Dozens of burghers stood before the tent. Between them and the Queen, a man knelt in shackles. His face was blooded as if he'd endured a vicious beating just moments before.
Who's this?
Our blacksmith, Todor.
Snarled a priestess in a frayed robe.
He betrayed you, Your Grace. Soon after the Nilfgaardians arrived, within hours in truth, he offered his labor and strength. They didn't even need to ask. Forged arms and armor for them, all for imperial gold.
Meve gripped the beaten man's beard, tugged upwards, and looked him in the eyes.
Did you forge the hooks and the tips for those spears?
I did, Your Grace.
It was fine work.
Growled the Queen.
Damned fine.
Show him mercy, milady!
Cried a withered old man in a flour-spattered apron.
When the black-clad bastards captured my son, they were eager to hang him. Todor spoke for him, saved his life.
He helped me too.
Hollered a woman in the crowd.
I were hungry. He shared what little he had.
The townsfolk began shouting over one another. Some told of the blacksmith's noble deeds. Others labeled him a traitor deserving of a cruel and violent end. Meve turned back towards the field hospital, pondering the case. Then spotted her soldiers' corpses laid out in rows. Had it not been for Todor, there might not have been so many.
Yeah, but I risk losing morale. This game gets me with these choices. Alright, I'll just go with the middle ground.
20 soldiers died today, wresting Cavaldon from Nilfgaard's grip.
Said Meve, her tone cold and
Morale
unforgiving.
gained, in fact.
'Twas your iron that felled them. 'Twill be your blood that pays the debt. 5 lashes for each of the fallen.
Todor's torturers were several, as no one man's arm could complete 100 blows. Amazingly, Todor survived the ordeal, but his body had been broken. He'd never put hammer to anvil again, and spent the rest of his days a beggar.
Okay, narrator. Fuck. You thought you took the middle ground, but you ruined his life. Okay, narrator, thanks.
He weren't a bad person, milady. He strayed, aye, but deserved no such fate.
Yeah, well. My guy's got morale. I call that a win. If I'd spared him, I would have lost morale for sure.
Your Majesty, the hut's untouched. Ripe grain in the fields, 'tis hard to believe. I feared we'd have another Edirn here, with the Blackclads setting fire to all.
I feared nothing of the sort. Nilfgaard's not stupid. Lands it aims to hold, it doesn't destroy. And Willem did bend the knee to the Emperor.
More scouts. Why does this just trail off? I'm curious. I'm gonna go that way. In captivity. When the scouts returned with information that Nilfgaardian slavers had set up camp nearby, Meve let out a heavy sigh. She knew she must free her subjects, yet she also knew that when threatened, the Blackclads, whips in hand, would turn those very subjects against her. Standard battle. Okay. Nope. Oh, this is a standard battle. Okay. Ditch that. Oh, ditch that. Ditch that. Ditch that. Probably good.
I smell a leak.
I want to use him on round 1. Well, now I could grab him. Yeah, let's use him in round 1. Screw it.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Doggy! Doggy! Come on, dude! What do you eat?
101, 102, 100.
Oh, the thing that kills 3 guys. Great.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Did that out of order, I always do.
Hey?
Goodness.
Don't knock out one of
I think I'm gonna pass. Well, definitely no. That was exciting. Destroy that first round? Yeah. My deck is so far... Oh, hell no. Death Wish? Okay. Are you a boss? Does this count as killing him? I don't think so. Alright. Here's what I'm gonna do. Right, and then... Oh. Oh. That bites. I need you. That's alright. I really want to get my doggy back.
Looking to dance, mate?
Give me it.
If the slaves keep showing up in the back, that's gonna be fine. Knickers don't eat anything else. Rude. Yes.
This could hurt.
He's got a really big card advantage.
Obedience or the last.
That bit's the white of an eye from half a league away.
Ha! Ah, more slaves.
Wait, you're serious?
What is she at? 6?
Used to be, I hunted game. Men bring more coin.
That's rude.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Back in line.
Hey, thanks for boosting my guy. I didn't get him back yet, but it's the thought that counts. Hey, she's up
Not
14,
too late
cool.
to walk away.
Hey, he died. Now I get my dude back. Whatever he plays, I'm gonna artifact compression.
Watch your heads.
I don't think I have enough damage to kill him. Now I do. All too easy.
Life is mine now.
Oh, he's gonna get a lot of charges. Oh, that is rough. I think I'm still fine. I'm healing as one turn, right? Yeesh. Yeah. I still win. Like, you know, by 90. GG. Yeah, let's go around that way. Once you unlock all the camp upgrades, there's really not a whole lot to spend your resources on. Is that the road? No. Over here. Why are you going that way? Alright. Okay, it's just on the map. It doesn't actually go that way. That makes sense. What's that? Morale I smell? Hang on, let me get the... There we go. My queen, we found a sizable store of gold under the floorboards of the dwelling. It appears someone has hidden their life savings. What shall we do with it? Leave it for the owner, should he ever return, or load it into our wagons? Well, it's going to give us a piece of a card, so we're going to take it. Very curious to know what the hell that is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to clear out this part first. Proceeding. Dope. Matilda Lee. I'm so blessed. Bittold. I leave you a small gift which should ease the fort's recapture from the Nilfgaardians. Do not delay the attack. The Queen will soon reach the border. By striking from the rear, we can spare the burden of her troops, hastening their march on the capital. Rivia has life in it yet. Yaropek. P.S. Secure the hideout's entrance. I don't believe the Blackclads are on our trail, but Matilda Lee protects those who protect themselves. Dope. I got some partisans on my team. It's about frickin' time. Night Watch. Sergeant Gwendolyn Iffer of the 6th Gesso Infantry Regiment was impatient to finish his duty on watch. He first planned to empty his bladder. He then wished to empty his bottle of Temerian hooch hidden under his bunk. Unfortunately, he hadn't the time to fulfill either desire. Upon seeing the torches of the approaching Lyrian forces, he sounded the alarm. It's kill him. You know, it's a bit late in the game, but I think I should actually add a third guy who lights fires. You? No. Nope. Get out, Knickers. Do I really want Isbel?
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
For real?
You mad? Don't say that!
New orders? No? Ah.
My god.
I'm a won't say.
This could hurt.
Burn, burn, please burn. Yes!
That was nothing, spell hooks.
Man, I'm tempted to pass. But that would give him the round. I don't know how many resources he'd have to burn to get it, but he'd get the round. Tempted to give him the round. See what happens if I give him the round. Does that say resilience? I fucked up. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm glad I gave him the round. Very cool. Oh! Not very cool. Alright. Let's...
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Wise choice.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Rude. Very rude. My daughter is going crazy. Fire. Yeah.
Watch your heads!
Blood washes away all shame!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
That lightning is freaking me out because I don't hear any thunder. So it's just like the whole screen flashes white and I think there's something wrong with my computer.
Now, how did that incantation go?
Did you not? It's really rude.
Hey?
Life is mine now.
God, guys, it's really uncalled for. Oops.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your seats?
Scheiß! In Tray!
Off to the front here again.
Quiet, or the commissar here. Catch! Favorite little lamb? The shank.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Game keeps giving me cards, but I don't think I've changed my deck since Mahakam. Except for the cards I've lost. Miss you, Ek. Should kill that dragon. Haven't done a puzzle in a while. The cattle conspiracy. The Lyrian force came across an abandoned farmhouse. Shattered windows, traces of blood in the dirt, unattended cows trampling grain. Many suspected either the Nilfgaardians or bandits, reveling in the realm's chaotic state, were to blame for the villagers' disappearance. The true culprits, however, were rather unexpected. Destroy all enemy units. Hint, at the range, cows will devour anything. Hint, swap any 2 units. So, for those of you who haven't seen a puzzle, it's 1 round. I get a very specific deck, and I have to solve a very specific problem with it. Okay, on every turn, on turn start, consume the unit in front of this one, and then move a position to the right. I reckon this one is the same thing, but moves a position to the left. Got it. Rotting Corpse. Every turn on turn start, gain 1 counter. If this unit is consumed, damage the consuming unit by the value of the counter. No ability. Okay. No ability. Alright. Choose a unit and swap its position with another unit. Choose a Rotting Corpse and increase its counter by 1. Okay. Oh, its armor does not matter. Nothing. Wait. Wait. I want to see what happens when he eats this. That's what I thought. But since it consumed him and got all buff, I may have to restart this. Yeah, I need to restart. Game, come on. Alright, well I know how to beat it. That was annoying. I already forgot what I did though. That one's dead. Flip the third peasant. I don't need to. Just need to swap this one for this one. And then just because I don't want to pass. There we go. I had it the first time, I just passed because I thought I would let me pass. My queen, this pit is full of bodies. Locals claim they were murdered by Nilfgaardian forces, killed because they sought to join your armory. I'll not leave until all are buried, each according to local custom. Because I am tripping money. And also morale. Hell, I would have done it even if I wasn't tripping money. Okay, where are we at? Scouts! Cool. Take it there's nothing in here then?
Broadhead now loomed before Meve and her force. Once famous for its glowing forges and clanking manufactories, the city now stood silent. Why, you might ask? Because Mahakam. Decades past, it had opened its gates to human merchants and dwarven arms, exquisitely crafted and not nearly as dear as those made by man. The caravans had simply stopped coming to Broadhead. When its black-clad garrison spotted the Lyrians approaching, they'd hastily fled, left the city's gates open wide. Yet, they did not leave empty-handed. Their convoy comprising at least a dozen wagons loaded ostensibly to the hilt.
With what might they have fled?
With something damn heavy,
replied Gascon, squinting his eyes.
Look at this. 2 horses to pull each wagon, and the wheels cut deep into the road.
Pursue?
What
Shit.
they've taken from my city,
began the Queen.
they've taken from me, and I will have it back. Follow me!
Meve spurred her horse and galloped off in pursuit of the fleeing caravan. When the Blackclads realized they had no hope of escape, they planted pikes and feet, bracing for the assault.
In pursuit of Nilfgaardians, Meve felt a pounding blow. A Nilfgaardian arrow had struck her breastplate. Fortunately, the plate proved sturdy, shattering the missile on impact and leaving the queen unharmed. Yet if the archer's aim had been true, if the arrow had struck a few inches higher, Meve broke into a cold sweat. It's true that the war neared its end, but only constant vigilance can ensure her own would not be premature. 1 round. Let's do it. Okay, I'm looking for double fire. Knickers, get out of my hand. I said I'm looking for double fire. Double fire. Double fire. What the hell?
Stop! Whatever you carry belongs to me!
They gain ground! Dal Seifel!
Said double fire.
I smell a leak. You mad? Don't say that!
Rude.
Life is mine now.
Rude. Now, Knickers. Let's not eat anything.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Damn. Real rude. Always do it out of order.
Wise choice.
Yo, could you calm the hell down?
Looking to dance, mate?
Knickers! I'm not sure if I care. Pretty sure I can just insta give it.
Storm knock out one of your teeth.
Go ahead, get your card. Yeah. No real threat. Alright, first things first. Is there anyone I want to fetch?
Make love, not war.
Dive it the white of an eye from half a league away.
This fucking guy. Oh, wait. I mean, that wouldn't guarantee the kill. Let's guarantee the kill. There we go. This motherfucker right here. I will win 160 to 0, please, and thank you.
Enough! I refuse to die for these scraps!
Me personally, and none too gently, shackled the Nilfgaardian commander, a young nobleman with a precisely trimmed moustache. Like many noble Imperials, he spoke fluent common.
The wagons. What's in them, Captain?
Scrap, Your Majesty.
The Imperial promptly replied. Noting the Queen's confusion, he elaborated.
To be melted down and recast into arrowheads and spear tips. Our engineers originally planned to use the foundries in Broadhead, yet these proved too primitive. We were ordered to remove the scrap, take it elsewhere.
Any pride from the victory vanished in an instant, and Meve swelled with anger, but also with shame. The shame came from realizing that to the invader, her realm was naught more than a weak, underdeveloped backwater. Meve slammed the chest she'd opened shut.
Blast it! Back to Broadhead. Let's ride.
Crumbling walls, shattered windows, rotted wood. Broadhead was bleak, a dull shadow of its former self. As the Lyrians entered, the somber townsfolk glared at the arrivals and uttered not a word. Meve resolved to address the crowd.
Folk of Broadhead, you're free at last. The Nilfgaardian occupation is done.
Aye, and a new one starts now.
Are you madman? Don't you recognize our banners? The Lyrian army stands before you.
Oh, I recognize banners. Served neath them as a sergeant 15 long years. And then I came back to my hometown. Know what I found? Hardship and squalor, your grace. All had gone to shite. On account of damn dwarves. Been flooding Rivia with their metal goods for years now. Us smiths don't so much as light their pipes in their foundries no more. You call yourselves the Lyrian army. Colours and banners confirm it. Well, what about your arms? Weren't forged in us fires, but in Mahakam's. By us worst foes. Hell, I even see some at knobheads in your ranks. So what freedom's it you're giving us, your grace? Freedom to beg in common, not in Nilfgaard's mongrel tongue?
Beg? What are you on about, man?
There's no levy on goods from Mahakam. But without it, us workshops don't stand a chance. And ye, your grace, you wear their armour, bear their arms, and bring bearded bastards to our doorstep.
Flog this man. Goodness.
The dwarves are faithful allies. They help us because...
'Cause they've got something to gain. Simple as that.
Enough. Silence. Consider yourself lucky you've a merciful queen. I'd have had your head off by now. Move along.
The time came to leave Broadhead, so Meve summoned her advisors, eager to hear their counsel. They put forth ideas, many of merit, but the Queen would decide the city's future.
Yeah, invest in... Yeah, absolutely.
Meve knew she couldn't abandon the folk of Broadhead, leave them embittered, unsure of how to go on.
The time's come to bring hammer down on anvil again. Take this gold, and show the North the value of Broadhead steel.
Even with the Queen's support, the craftsmen could not compete. The dwarves of Mahakam, the goods from their foundries, stifled the city's workshops in but a few months. Meve gambled much, but gained naught in return.
Narrator! Come on, man. Do me a solid once. At least we got morale.
Our last workshop's gone to shite, your majesty. How are we to live? To earn? To eat? Well, how?
How about you change careers? Rivians. If any in your city has spoken of Nilfgaardian victory as if it was inevitable or has dissuaded you from taking up arms, they may be an Imperial spy. In his scheming camp in the north, Amir of our Emrys has sent his venom-spitting vipers to live among us, poised to strike when we least expect it. Remain vigilant and beware of the traitors in our midst. That's a little hardcore. I know that doesn't have anything on the map, but I'm curious as to why this entire section is just kind of explorable but empty. Weird. Your Majesty, some townsfolk have requested an audience. Their relatives made for the mountains of Mahakam not long in search of gold, though they've since received no word back. Well, they're dead. They asked whether you know their fate. I believe these gold seekers to be the same Rivians who you caught thieving, then handed over to the dwarves. What shall we tell their families? The truth, but we shall sweeten it with coin. Why is that empty? It's gonna bug me. I feel like I'm missing something.
The wind howls like a ghastly apparition.
Cool. More morale. Sounds like somebody's getting whipped. Ah, a puzzle fight. Badass tomato. Workforce. Once General Abdahi seized Rivia, he ordered an immediate consensus of the conquered population. At first, many thought the Nilfgaardians had planned to raise taxes, but the truth was, in fact, much worse. Before long, villages and settlements were visited by slave drivers. There was no hiding from them. They knew of every soul living there. Eliminate the slave drivers, do not let any unit die. Use your leader's ability. Puzzle. Excuse me for that yawn. Yo, rude. If this unit's power is higher than the slavers, it dies? Okay. Don't mess with my curtains, Ray. A little confused. This is the only thing that has orders. I don't... Oh, I have a deck. I see. This puzzle seems difficult.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Aye.
Oh, I'm not drawing cards. Okay.
See if he's hid any coin in his pockets. Or his owns.
What? Why can't I mark the slave? What the shit? How the fuck am I supposed to beat this? I don't understand. Transform slave driver into a corpse. I think I get it. Okay.
Should've listened to the old lady.
You might have got away had you not been hauling so damn much. Ah!
Can't let a single unit die.
Greetings. What is it? If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Life had me ploughed. Now here I'm marching proud.
Shit.
Stick 'em up, high as the clouds, now!
If anyone asks, you've not seen me. There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
My wife's having a hard time with the toddler. Alright.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Set a unit's power equal to the unit to its left.
See if he's hid any coin in his pockets, or his owns.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Of course I'll manage. That gained a full week.
There's been a mistake. I'm no mage.
Pointy end upwards, right?
Oh, I lost. God damn it. Fucking fuck. I didn't realize that the damage doesn't get... Okay. Yeah, I think I have it this time. Okay, so we popped the Lyrian Cyclone. We buffed the Lyrian Cyclone.
You might have got away had you not been hauling so damn much.
Greetings. What is it? If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Life had me flowed, now here I'm marching proud.
Alright, I got it. Alright, did that take up my morale? No, okay. You know what? All heirs revealed. Okay, cool game. What? What? You think for 1 second I'm gonna leave loot unlooted. You don't know me. But there's a sign right there past that bridge. Bud, don't mess up my curtain. Think your mom wants you. Can't even go that way. What? Okay, ask Mom. Rivians, to those who consider aiding the enemy in hope of earning their goodwill, you may learn from the fate of Count Caldwell. He is the first to accept the Emperor's leash around his neck and desired a mountain of gold in return, yet he was instead granted a putrid swamp. He thought himself the Nilfgaardians' equal, yet they despised him. He dreamed of glory everlasting, yet he died like a hog, covered in muck and grime. Do not follow in his footsteps, or you will share his fate. Your Majesty, the priestess who cares for this temple has in her possession a fragment of a magical object. It could prove useful to us, yet she refuses to part with it, no matter the generosity of our offer. What shall we do? Hey, nonsense. Everyone has a price. Pay whatever she demands. Dragon's Dream. That's a type of bomb. That's not the button I wanted. After 5 turns, on turn end, destroy 3 random enemies. Not that great. Alright, this is it. This case is an achievement for praying at all the shrines. I'm gonna go ahead and go back and pray before I...
Rivia Castle. Seems our journey nears its end.
That end could yet prove tragic. We've daunting tasks ahead. Pride. It's all I ever felt pondering those walls. Yet now, to behold them from below, I truly do wish we hadn't built them so tall.
Just in case there's an achievement. Let's go back for that Matilda Lee Shrine. I hope I didn't miss any. If there is an achievement and I missed one, that would frustrate me. I don't think I ever did. No achievement. So either I missed one or there is no achievement. Seize Rivia Castle. And that's it. That's it for this zone. There might be more after. We'll see. You're approaching... Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Sure, let's go.
The castle of Rivia now loomed before the Lyrians. Water surrounded it on 3 sides, and dual defensive walls studded with podgy turrets completed its perimeter. It was famously difficult to take, and had changed hands only once. A few months before, when traitors opened its gates to the Nilfgaardians. Foreign banners waved upon the walls. The Golden Sun and General Epdahi's crest on Rivia's walls. The walls of home. There was somber silence among the troops, the glee and pride of many triumphs suddenly gone. For each knew if the Queen ordered an assault, most would lie dead by sunrise.
Your Majesty,
began Reynard in a reassuring tone.
We needn't strike quickly. We've time on our side. To prepare would be wise. 2 months, I wager. Perfectly enough. We stop supplies from getting through. They'll capitulate, I've little doubt. Or at worst, be too weak to defend the fortress.
Reynard's reasoning was sound. There was no need for urgency. Meave had the upper hand for the first time in this war.
Lay siege. Cut off the castle of Rivia.
These invaders have grown fond of Rivia Castle,
said Meave.
So let them stay and rot. Reynard, erect road barricades and guard posts between city and citadel. Gascon, seize all boats, barges, anything that floats. Stop anything from entering from the lake. Move!
Soon, Rivia Castle stood isolated from the world outside its walls. All roads leading to it were blocked, impassable. Fishing boats, a cordon, embraced the fortress on Loch Escalot. The lanterns on their bows glowed like fireflies in summer. Then, an emissary from the castle brought a message for the Queen. General Epdahi wished to meet, face to face, and half the way between the citadel and the Lyrian camp.
Well, some general,
smirked Gascon.
We've barely snapped the trap shut, yet he's already shaking in his knickers.
Meave proceeded to the meeting point without delay. A lone rider soon appeared on the horizon. He came adorned in rich black robes, their golden trim shimmering in stray sunbeams. She'd seen him before, in Edirn, through the megascope.
You came as I requested. Good. Very good.
I couldn't possibly refuse such a courteous invitation, especially as compared to your previous missive. The art of diplomacy, you've improved your grasp.
Sorry, I have to be right back. Alright, on with it.
But I could say the same of you. I was surprised, no, impressed, that you didn't have my messenger flogged, then beheaded. But please, we must set aside this bitterness. I'd like to formally welcome you to Rivia, dear Queen.
I see you've readily adopted the role of gracious host in my home.
In point of fact, I've grown fond of the castle. Fortifications impressive, atypical of the north. Not so your brave soldiers, whom we shall pick off like ducks. I pity them, in fact.
Dry your eyes, General. Rest easy. I've no plans for a quick assault. I shall first wait to hear the rumbling in your bellies.
Remarkable. You truly believe you can win this war? I've not been in the North long, but have discovered something all the same. You don't grasp complex ideas. You know Nilfgaard is large, but your minds don't fathom its enormity. You see, for every army you defeat, another will come to take its place. One larger and better equipped than the one before. Even now, as we so pleasantly chat, Army Group East is en route to lift your siege. Due to arrive tomorrow. And you know what will happen when they do. They will crush you against your own castle's walls, like the maddening flea you are.
A charming analogy, but get to the point. Why'd you ask for this meeting?
For this very reason. I wish to see you with my own eyes.
They did not see enough in Edirn? Are you such an admirer of feminine beauty?
You flatter yourself. No, in you, I see an animal. Game. Prey. And as the hunt's due to start soon, I needed a more detailed image of the beast I'll be looking for.
You? On a hunt? Those delicate hands have never held spear or bow. Nout sharper than a letter opener, I wager. Tomorrow you will not be on a hunt. Tomorrow you will be at war. You best pray to all your gods you don't find me.
Without awaiting a response from General Ebdahi, Neve pivoted and turned toward camp. Her pace was quick, despite a heavy heart.
Okay, Daddy. I'm gonna try this.
I don't have a map.
I'm not, Grandpa.
Gonna be one hell of a night! Ah! Ah! Ah!
That's the patricide.
You dare sign the retreat, got it?
I bet I'm gonna be able to talk to, like, those are my advisors. Yeah, so let's go talk to Isbel. I think that's it. It's just Patricide and Isbel are the only ones I got. Everyone else.
Many will die today. Too many. Let us
And there's
hope
Knickers.
this proves the war to end all wars.
Yeah, like World War I, right? Okay, I'm here. What am I missing? Is that not them? Ah, there they are.
Neve's closest advisors already awaited her in the command tent. In a few brief words, the Queen gave a report of the meeting, only with great effort masking the quavering in her voice.
An army, an immense one, approaches from the west. If we meet in open battle, we stand not a chance.
Damn it! Why did no one warn me?
Our scouts were discovered, captured. It must be that.
We must flee? Not at all heroic, I admit, but sure as hell better than being trampled into the dirt.
Easily said, but for a problem. Our force is chiefly infantry. The army that draws near includes cavalry, several regiments. We cannot hope to escape them. We cannot hope to hide.
What do you advise?
We've two options. Capitulate,
Out of the question.
or take the castle. Tonight.
Suppose for a moment it's possible. Tell me how and at what cost. Are we to scale a mountain of comrades' corpses to reach the top of the wall? I know we're at war and many die, but to command our troops to take that citadel is to condemn them to certain death.
Rivia's walls are unassailable, I fully agree. But there's more than one way to take any fort, and this fort too.
I think I like where this is going.
I know this citadel like no one else. I know its one potential weakness. The boat landing.
Wait. That narrowest of piers between the two turrets? The one where the fishermen would land?
The same. As I'm sure you recall, Your Grace, at that narrow pier's end stands a narrow door leading straight into the fortress. A small detachment could approach unnoticed, overwhelm any sentries, and get inside.
What then?
They would need to pass through the fort to the winch in the guardhouse. Open the gate for the rest of the force.
Reynard, I'll be honest. This sounds right mad.
Perhaps. But as options go, we have it alone.
I want this one.
And I'm to choose to send folk there?
I want this one.
Or certainly to die?
You needn't choose anyone, for I volunteer. And will take only those willing to do the very same.
Bloody wretched plan.
And you've a better one, do you?
Of course. I'll go instead.
Beg your pardon? I don't.
Face it, Reynard, you couldn't sneak past a corpse. Sound like a bloody tambourine in that armour. Apart from which, you're Maeve's right hand. So you ought to be by her side when the fighting starts.
Firstly, Reynard, I'm grateful. Well done, my friend.
Thank you, Your Grace.
But truth be told, I did indeed hear you walking to the tent from the other side of camp. And yes, you know Rivia Castle better than anyone else, but the assault must transpire silently. Gascon will lead the force.
Understood, Your Grace.
Cheers, Maeve. I'll try not to disappoint.
You won't, I'm sure. God speed you on your way, and please, try your damnedest not to die.
I want this.
Gascon hand-picked his men. Those most adept with daggers, not swords. Noiselessly, they glided through the dark toward the castle, the light of its lanterns blurred by the evening mist. Maeve watched anxiously as the boats glided away, her heart pounding in her ears. All depended on this mission. The fate of her realms, perhaps all the North, the lives of her troops, and her own. Now there was naught she could do but wait.
Good luck,
she whispered, gazing at the fortress walls, cloaked by the dark that seemed to surround all now. The Lyrians prepared for battle, their silence absolute, in darkness, illuminated only by the pale light of the moon. Maeve was restless. She paced nervously in a circular pattern, awaiting the signal they'd agreed upon.
Blast, it's taking long. Much, much too long.
Finally, a torch's faint glow appeared atop the towering walls. It disappeared, then glowed again, and one more time around. Maeve leapt in the air, and as she did so, barely stifled a cry of utter joy.
They made it! It worked!
Moments later, Lyrians in the hundreds burst from the trees. The Nilfgaardian defenders loaded their catapults and ballistae. They did so slowly, convinced the castle walls remained impenetrable. Then they heard chains, grinding and clinking, and the sound sent shivers down their spines. Bewildered, they watched the main gate rise as the attacking force rushed forth. General Epdahi dispatched an elite unit to take back the winch at once. Yet he saw this was in vain and all was lost when Maeve rode into the castle courtyard. Maeve had begun the day known as a great warrior. Yet by night's end, legend was the cloak she wore. Her shield stopped powerful blow after blow as her blade found gaps in her foe's black armor. At first, Nilfgaardians scoured the fray in search of the Queen, hoping to prove great heroes. Soon, she was their chief scourge, and they began to flee before her blade that sung their death.
Retreat! Retreat!
What was this extraordinary vigor that surged through Maeve? Naturally, she wished to liberate her castle and realm, drive off the invaders, defeat the arrogant General Epdahi. But in that moment, above all else, she longed to fight her way through to the guardhouse and bring Gascon's party relief.
Follow me! Move! Move!
Meve had expected the worst. A bloodbath, piles of corpses. Yet all in the guardhouse was eerily quiet and calm. The door to the winch room lay shattered, true, but this was the one sign there'd been any sort of struggle. What happened here, she thought. Cautiously, she entered, looking, searching for any trace of Gascon and his fighters. Instead, she spotted Willem, curled up in a corner, clutching his bloodied belly, his fingers not enough to stop all the holes. Meve tore off her cloak and went to stem the bleeding.
Willem, what happened here?
My wrongs. I sought to right them.
Wheezed the prince.
Please, forgive me.
The young prince choked on this last word, did not manage to utter it, before his eyes went dull. Moments later, her men entered the room to find the queen kneeling, pounding the wall with her fists, her eyes flooded with tears. Willem lay motionless beside her, covered by her cloak. Gascon pushed his way through the other foot soldiers. He knelt beside the queen and whispered what had happened. His unit had not managed to reach the gate in time, but Willem had. Upon seeing Lyrian forces converging on the fort, the prince had rushed to the guardhouse and opened the gate himself. By the time Nilfgaardians closed it again, it was too late. The Lyrians were through. The queen rose, her fists clenched, her shoulders rigid, her knuckles white. Her face betrayed no sorrow, no despair, just rage, hot as a forge, immeasurable.
Now's not the time to mourn.
Seethed Meve, struggling to stay calm.
Now's the time for war, for slaughter, revenge. With victory today, we'll recover our home, return to our kin and set our blades aside at last. Yet until victory is ours, they must drink. Drink greedily of Nilfgaardian blood!
The Lyrians were at the brink, near their breaking point. They'd followed Meve for thousands of miles, over snow-clad peaks, through forbidding swamps. They'd fought, survived countless battles at her side. And though their gazes were now weary, she knew they'd follow her into fire.
Your Grace, the Blackclads, they've holed themselves up in the upper keep. We went to breach the wall, alas to no avail.
Meve nodded, twirled her sword, then leapt upon a mount.
I wanna
Her
go to
eyes
Daddy.
spoke pure
Go
determination.
to your mom.
So we'll try again.
The upper keep. The walls of the upper keep were illuminated by torchlight and the glow of burning buildings. Even in the dark of night, Meve could easily discern the fear-twisted faces of the Nilfgaardian defenders. The queen wiped tears from her cheeks, blackened with ash, and reached for her sword. The time had finally come to drive the Blackclads out, once and for all. Go to your mother.
No!
This is the end, Epdahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
No!
Goodness gracious.
Daddy! Daddy!
I smell a leak.
No! Dude, I got it.
You mad? Don't shake that! Favorite
to land. Shank.
That's a good start.
Infantry!
Got your beat, babe.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Dude.
Very glad!
Tie. Alright, what you got? Okay.
I get the white of an eye from half a league away.
He has 81 cards in his hand? In his deck?
Kill her.
Ah! If only I had done a little bit more damage. Sorry about that background noise. Toddler is being insufferable. You. What the fuck? Where did they come from? God damn. What can man do against such reckless hate? Cool. I'm glad I have high morale. Let's get the fire started. I have to win 2 rounds? Fucking hell.
This could hurt.
If I hit him last round, that might have really helped. 65 cards in his deck.
Barbarians.
Whenever an ally is destroyed, summon another unit from your deck in its place. Limit 10 times per turn. Well, that's why he kicked my ass last round. Okay, I know.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Should have hit that one, that was stupid. Oh well.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Fuck. I feel like that's my ace in the hole. Gascon also. Gotta play something. Alright.
Quick and painful this'll be.
Not. Oh. I put it back in my deck. Well, shit. What happens? Boost an ally by 10? Yeah, why not? That seems fair.
Watch your heads.
Give me a time.
It's not too late to walk away.
Oh, come on.
Ballista, your command. Armor once.
Off to the front yet again.
Alright, well, my toddler won't go to bed, so I'm gonna go put him to bed. Okay. I don't think my deck can do this. I think I need to rebuild the deck. But I want to give it one last shake with this deck. But I think I'm not going to do fire. No fire. No fire. My whole deck is built around kill. Shit.
This is the end, Dahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
Get wrecked.
One goes.
I must thank you. Your fortress has superbly solid walls.
Isabel and Knickers are my weak link. So I need Isabel and Knickers out of my deck. No. Isabel's Knickers are causing you trouble, you say? Hee 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 hee.
When will you ever learn?
There's Knickers. You could pass. I think it'd be okay if you passed. I don't think anyone would mind. I certainly wouldn't.
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
That's really annoying.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Quick and painful this'll be.
I wish that resolved faster.
Arbalist is your command.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Yeah, right. Immune.
I warned you.
Oh no, I can do this.
Dive it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Baru?
I'm a monster.
Doesn't really matter. Ah, I keep playing in the wrong goddamn row. Tell me you pass. You fucking whore. Yes, I know, I know.
This could hurt. What you looking at?
No, fuck! Thank fuck.
Fools! I'm surrounded by fools!
Yes. No.
The Morale drink with our forefathers!
That's gonna get old. No.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Are you fucking kidding me?
to the front yet again.
Oh yeah. And he gets to keep that 19 because it has resilience. At least it goes down to 12. That's it. That's all I got.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Oh, he gets to do that every round? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fair and just.
Watch your heads! That was not in the spell books. I'll relieve you of that pouch. Catch!
You know what I really hate about this defeat screen? Instead of load last checkpoint, I just want an edit deck button. I have to go through all of that cutscene shit just because I wanted to change my deck. Alright. That would be too convenient, yeah. I thought I was gonna be done by now, done with the game. Now I'm fucking... Alright. I have an idea for a deck, but the only problem is every turn he does that duel thing, and I want to use my medics, but my medics would get fucked. Get me fucked more aptly. Okay, it might. I'm trying to make a boost deck. Oof. I want anyone with less than 9. Okay, what I can do though is, where are my Gesso troops? Where's the other one? Yeah, there we go. It's a really meh ability. Choose a bronze eye in your hand or on the battlefield and add 2 copies of it to your deck. Yes. Play a copy of this unit from your deck. As a loyal ability, it's not bad. I want that. I'm not making a Skellige deck, so that's not useful. Alright, so the Scythemen are the key. With my because I have high morale, they're gonna be set to 10. And then I'm gonna just keep using the longsword to just boost them, boost them, boost them, boost them, boost them. And then use Magic Berry to make 2 of them immune. Where was the guy that that retrieved artifacts? I have so many goddamn cards. No, not you. You. No. You? No, that's a disgraced warrior. You? Yes. Okay. I don't know how many I want. I'll just make 3 for now. I want extra cards in my deck. I kind of want blood because I need to be able to fetch cards, which means I gotta get rid of something. Magic Barrier is the key. Does any of you guys have Blitz? Ooh, Lyria and Scytheman has Blitz. Oh man, okay. So I just need to have 2 Lyria and Scytheman in my starting hand. Then I Magic Berry them. Then I just keep buffing them with a longsword, and I use the adepts to make more of them. Is that helpful though? Is making more of them actually a good way? Because if I have Royal Decree, I'm just going to fetch them. Well, I suppose what I can do is, if I... Okay, and then having a blacksmith will retrieve Magic Barrier. I can only do that once, so I gotta win in 2 rounds. So I want as many Scythemen as possible. I need a deck that just... I need something that draws cards. Yeah, right. That's not really a... It's not really viable. Let me look at these guys that I don't have any of. No, not useful. Actually, that's not bad. You'll just keep buffing guys. Yeah, let's make a whole bunch of these guys. I got so many resources, I could probably make every card in the game. So I'm not really like worried about my resources here. So yeah, let's just put 5 in. What do you do? Okay, I have 2 of those. And then I have Renault to restore their yeah, their order. I don't know, that doesn't seem like a smart idea. Everyone down here I don't want to use because I want to use guys that have at least 9 and up. Perfect. Oh. What do you do? Play a copy of this unit from your deck. It's not terrible. Oh, that's not by strength. That's by cost. That I don't care about that. Damage unit by 4 if it was destroyed. Ooh, definitely don't want that in this deck. Okay, nope, too weak. Maybe I don't need the Alchemist. Maybe what I need is to just have as many Lyrian Scythemen as I can with the R2's Adept. So let's take out the Alchemist for now. Now it says 28 cards, but these 4 cards start on the field. Does this count? Oh, that's not what I meant. Does this count as a card? It does. Okay. So 5 of my cards start on the field. So this is a 23 card deck with no draw power. The ability to make more Lyrian blacksmiths. And then I have to win round 1, right? And then on round 2 I play reinforcements, and then I get all the Lyrian all the Lyrian Scythemen, sorry. And the only reason I had that with Lyrian blacksmith is because I really want to do Magic Barrier twice. But if I have like a shit ton of Lyrian Scythemen, I don't need Magic Barrier. Royal Decree and Reinforcements kind of do the same thing. But what happens is, if I keep playing Adept, if I have a lot of Adepts in my hand, then I can create a whole bunch of Scythemen, and then on turn 1 I can use Royal Decree to buff up, and then create just any Brands card? I wish I... Okay. A random from each deck? No, not helpful. And set their power to 1? Eesh. Random trinkets? No. That might actually be really helpful. Okay. Kind of want blood. That's not what I meant to get rid of. Make sure this is the best banner, right? Seize, damage, strengthen. Yeah, definitely get the best for this deck. I just want to trim the fat. I want to get down to 25 cards so it's nice and tight. So I'm tempted to just get rid of the blacksmiths. Because the idea is to just have Artusa Adepts spawn me a bunch of Scythemen, right? These are pretty powerful cards. Because if I get down to 25, that means I only have 20 cards in the deck. 4 of them are going to be this. There's no point in getting rid of the Gessos or the Lyrian Banner, because that's That's actually bring me down to 23. So I want to, yeah. Maybe the Grey Riders are actually the weak link. Although, since they move, I might want to put Gascon in. No, because the Lyrian Scythemen are going to get much stronger than them. So... Wait, do I need you? Who has orders? Deploy. Deploy. I don't need you. Get out. There we go. That's one less card. He was the guy who had the order, and I took him out. Let's take out 2 Grey Riders. Alright, now I have to skip everything ever made by man or beast. Okay, where's the skip? How to skip? Skip, skip, skip. See, this is why they just need an edit deck button. Like fudge.
Meave's closest advisors or...
Damn it.
What
do you...
We've...
Out of the quest.
Or...
Alright, what do it cost?
Suppose I know...
Rivia, I know...
Wait.
The set... Small... What? They would... Raid... Perhaps.
And I'm...
You need... Bloody... And you... Of course... Beg you... Fed apart.
Gascon will be the man for
the
the...
truth and...
Under... Cheer.
You were... Gods...
Gascon, me, the lyric final moment then. Me, what was? Meave,
Willem.
Gas, the queen, the Lyrian.
Rip Willem. Alright, new deck, new strat. I need to keep every trinket. And I need... Alright, I need Artuzas in here. I didn't get any Artuzas, so let's trade... There's one, okay. There's another one. Yeah, let's do it.
This is the end, Dahi. Do you hear me? I shall stick your head on a pike.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
That's fine. This is a passive deck, bitch. Alright.
As you wish, milady.
I'm sorry. Choose a bronze ally in your hand or on the battlefield and add 2 copies of every deck. Then boost all copies in your hand, deck, and on battlefield by 2. I only read the first part. But hot damn, that's good.
I must thank you.
Shut up.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
I might have to take these guys out. Actually, he's got a lot of buffs.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Enough! I do not need to hear this. Kill her!
I think that ignores, I think that ignores immune, which means that's gonna suck. Okay. Boost 2 allies and give them immune. Oh! Fuck! It's okay. God, he's still keeping pace with me, man. Alright. Can I target them? Oh, they start off immune. Alright, well.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
Is it in my hand? Yes, so I'm glad I kept one in my hand. kind of sucked.
As you wish, maid.
Aye.
Archers, let it be night. Obscure the sun with arrows.
Hard pass, bro. I think I'm committed, man.
Should've listened to me, old lady. This house.
Why'd I put that on there twice? Come on, man. You fucking moron. Alright. Beat that, asshole. Don't beat it. I got no choice, I gotta pass. He's got 2 cards. He's gonna win. I can't fucking believe it. Ah. Passed, huh? I wish I had drawn 2 Lyrian Scythemen. I have. If I don't draw a Lyrian Scytheman on my last turn, I lose.
How, but these damn boots are killing me.
If I don't draw a Lyrian Scytheman, I lose. I have to draw 1 Lyrian Scytheman. Yes! Fuck yes! We in this.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Doesn't really matter.
Off to the front yet again.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Oh, don't fuck me. Good job. Alright, we in this. Alright, we ready? Yeah, buddy.
Aye. Should have listened to me, old lady. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
But wait.
Aye.
But wait. There's more. That's what I'm talking about. Is that literally the last card in my deck? Okay. Alright, what trinkets was I so desperate to play anew?
Bit of soldering, a rivet or two, and it's good as new.
Scheiß in 2!
listen to me, old lady.
That's right. We're gonna beat the Nilfgaardians with peasants. You fuck yourself. For real. Fuck yourself.
Hey, hey, don't toss that. It's perfectly usable.
No! Okay, I just have to choose. No, no, no. No, 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 no.
I live to serve you.
Of course, as you wish, master. That was not in the spell books.
Off to the front yet again.
Barbarians.
A highly curious case.
I better win by 11 exactly.
Anima est, spes est.
Oh my god.
Where is he? Tell me where!
I almost fucking threw that. We beat him with the Scytheman. We got him.
Nilfgaard had the upper hand, yet the black-clad spirits had suffered. They now made more use of shields than of swords. When Meve finally broke through their line, they raised their arms in surrender. Rivia Castle had fallen. It was hers once more. Meve showed her prisoners of war mercy, knowing full well they'd only followed orders. Death would be the fate of only Ardal Epdahi, the one Nilfgaardian who'd issued those commands. Alas, the general had disappeared. A prisoner revealed Epdahi had fled as soon as the Lyrians had surged towards the upper keep. He had glided down to the lower castle in a wicker basket for transporting food. Curled up beneath potato skins and other scraps, he'd scurried away not unlike a common maggot. Meve cursed her luck and leaned back against a merlin. Dawn was yet a few hours off, but the horizon had already begun to glow blood red. The Nilfgaardian reserves now drew near, too late to prevent the castle's fall.
I'll get him,
muttered the queen, more to herself than anyone else.
I swear on all that's sacred I'll catch the bastard. But now we've a pressing matter to see to. Preparing the defense.
I have to do another battle. Game.
That night, the war turned,
Extended
with the
BM.
battle for Rivia Castle as its fulcrum. Meve's great victory, not only retaking the stronghold in a single evening, but also fending off a further invading army, proved the Nilfgaardian Colossus had feet of clay.
Yes, royal decree. You did save my ass.
The armies of the north had united and now seemed to be on the attack everywhere. Imperial forces, while still far more numerous, lay stretched over thousands of miles. Their position was untenable, and Nilfgaard's commanders knew this. In a decisive battle, they yet stood a chance, so they gave said battle, and suffered a resounding defeat. Just a few months on from that memorable night in Rivia, the Imperial army was in utter disarray. Aldersburg, the fortress, remained a last point of resistance. General Epdahi and what had survived of Army Group East had dug in there, this place, where Nilfgaard had triumphed grandly in the war's early days, would now bear witness to its impending defeat. It seems history, after all, has a sense of justice, or humor, or both. Though Meve had already reclaimed her realm, she refused to retire her sword just yet. For King Demavend had requested her aid in purging Edirn of the invader. How could she refuse? She owed the king a favor, firstly. Yet she also had a burning desire to settle the score with Epdahi.
Demavend's envoy and I spoke, Your Majesty. The king has Aldersburg surrounded. He awaits and won't begin the assault till you arrive.
Good. I truly hate to miss it. Tell the troops to prepare. Gear and ire.
Of course, Your Grace.
Yes? Is there something else?
Pardon my boldness, Your Grace, but I can't help but be concerned. You don't sleep. You've the air of illness about you.
Reynard, I just buried my son, who died in my arms, goddammit.
Yes. Died a hero. Your Majesty, I wasn't sure Willem could ever wash away the shame. He'd betrayed his country, his mother, aligned with the fiercest of our foes. But his actions in Rivia washed away his wrongs. Willem showed himself worthy to be called your son. I don't say any of this to deepen your grief, Your Majesty. I mean merely for you to be proud of him.
You're right. I thank you, Reynard. That I needed to hear. We've talked enough. We must march on to Aldersburg.
Oh. All right. Time for another 10 hours. I mean, this looks brief, but not brief enough. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I need all the sleep I can get for tomorrow's stream so that I'm alert and ready. So, as short as my next stream may be, I'm going to have to postpone this. I know I said this last time, but this seems final. So I think we'll come back to this next week, and I think that'll be it for this game anyway. I'll have to find something else to play on Saturdays. Don't tell my brother; he really wants me to play Kingdom Death. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. It was a struggle to finally beat that guy. I don't even know if there's gonna be a lot of fight. You know, I'm not gonna tempt fate. So I'm not gonna do all this. I'm just gonna do that next time. So everybody, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you guys had fun. You guys are enjoying the game. I'll be at it same time next week. And for those of you tuning in for this, if you're interested in tabletop role-playing games, at the same time I started tonight, or if you just look down for the time, tomorrow we'll be playing Neo Soma, a campaign using Fate Core that I Dungeon Master, or Game Master, however you want to call it. So if you want to tune into that, it'd be much appreciated. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.